she never said no.
There they are. All right, yo, that was Hope Givens. She's gonna be she's the intermission for the Heist Club album. So if y'all heard that, welcome to the shit show. We're shooting the shits. We got Monster J Stu in the house, and of course, your boy Shadow TheCrackerican, the man, the myth, the legend, the mastermind, whatever it is. I'm here more than half the time. Yo, so quick question. So what y'all think of that? You hear the kazoo in the background?
I heard it slightly in the little parts I see.
Yeah, she played out two different ones.
Yeah.
I love
That's
that.
a dope song. I like that.
Yeah, it's different, and that's what I was trying to bring to the Heist Club is making it something different. Yeah, see,
Exactly.
James Bond intro. I agree.
I was gonna say more like the Godfather.
Oh right, yo, that we got. Oh, that's not on y'all's. That's on J Stu's, mine, and To, and Philly, or on the mob track. It's we're gonna go. What is that? Concili. What's Ant's record label?
Consigliere Records.
Yeah. Go super mob heavy. So yeah, man. So what? I see you rolling up there. What about you, Stu? You got any greens to roll?
You seen who rolling up?
Top.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about that one right there. You know what I'm talking about. You're no. Yo, do you got a?
I don't smoke, bro.
Christian rappers are like that though. A lot of the times.
I don't smoke, bro.
Yo, so what? Stu.
I smoke CBD.
Only heavily. At least
CBD.
6-7 times a day. Yeah,
I got enough.
It helps with my glaucoma.
My cataracts.
Yo, so as a proponent of weed, do y'all have any negatives to tell people about weed? Like when it comes to weed, is there any negatives to it?
On that?
On what? On CBD? Nah. Like weed, is there any negatives that you see with it? Because everybody that I know that they smoke, they end up always saying they're like, oh yeah, no, it's a medicine. There's no side effects like every other medicine.
I mean,
definitely has side effects, especially for prolonged users. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Your whole attitude change and shit. So
yeah,
right.
It change if I don't smoke.
that's what I'm saying.
It for prolonged use, yeah. After a while, I mean, bro, I'd be fucking pissed as hell, bro, if I can't duck off real quick and hit a blunt or two.
A blunt or two, in one setting.
For real. That's why I just planned for my before and after. No matter what I gotta do.
I mean,
I'll get it done, but before that,
if you're always
let me do some, and when I'm done doing what I gotta do, I got something for after that too.
yes, but it does have. It does have its negatives though. That's what drove me crazy about people wanting to say that it was purely medicine. It's no. There is a fun side to it, and there's also this dependency. They say that it's not non-addictive. If I don't smoke, I'm an asshole. So I choose to smoke for my own stress, for my own reasons. But that is, addictive. That feeling is definitely addictive.
It's because it's ritualistic.
It definitely is ritualistic. There's no doubt about that.
That's honestly what it is. It's just the habit of doing the same thing over and over and over again. It has nothing really to do with the weed. The weed actually just helps you just be normal.
Was that a pun?
No.
Oh, okay. Normal, the National Organization of Reform
real.
Marijuana Lovers. That's a real organization. That's where I used to get a lot of my legal info from, which is as far as the laws in each state and so on. NORML's a good organization, but like even them, they don't have the negatives of weed. Isn't really out there unless it's like way over the top. It's always like you're gonna go reefer madness with it and kill somebody because you smoked a joint.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
And I think that's where they probably getting that, like, as opposed to like, the harder street drugs per se. You know what I'm saying? Like it gives that instant, like, I need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That instant addiction, as opposed to weed probably takes over time to build that same thing up, that same dependence.
yeah, it definitely does. And like Brandon said, he said sex is addictive. I was like, yeah, sex is addictive, but that's a whole nother thing. That's a biological necessity, and there's all types of like triggers
Well,
that
food's addictive too, though, and we need that's a necessity too, right?
you said food, right?
Instant gratification.
Well, if that's the case, then fucking air is addictive. But I feel like I need it.
No, there's. I mean, what's them? And not to fat shame nobody. I'm a big dude, so I ain't fat shaming nobody. But like them 600-pound life type shows, where it be showing like people really addicted to food, like to eating.
Yeah, that's it. You mean those big beautiful women? That's because you don't want to
You know what
get
that means?
do it. Yeah, what? Stop playing.
Oh, I mean,
You need a.
Don't your body release like dopamine, like if you eat something like real good, like
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
serotonin,
Yeah.
serotonin,
or serotonin? Yeah, well, I know
all
there's
of them.
one of them.
Like
John,
all of them. Like you might get excited, especially over
It's on-
spicy
that's the
shit.
same level as like heroin, bro.
I don't know about. I don't know about that for multiple reasons, but like,
It's true.
what is true that food is as addictive as heroin? I need to talk to a heroin addict.
Pull it up, Jamie.
Jamie. Fucking strikes.
No, it's for real though. That's why like it's the same with like any sort of like amphetamine. If for uppers and downers, anything that releases that same sort of it's dopamine, not serotonin. Dopamine is the pleasure receptor.
It's both. You have multiple.
Serotonin is calming and soothing, but dopamine is pleasure.
You ever had-
Dopamine is what makes
Right, but you ever had after you're done, you're satiated, which is that serotonin going to work.
I've never been satiated. Sorry, no.
Well, you
I
are
haven't.
in what is that
I've
endomorph?
been satisfied.
Endomorph, where you're naturally skinny.
Yeah.
It's endo or
Like
ectomorph.
but it's the same idea. With because it gives off the same amount of dopamine in your brain. Those same amount of chemicals when you eat is when you do heroin or any sort of drugs of that caliber.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people eat, and I've seen a couple people do some heroin, and they do not look the same.
It's not the same for everybody. I mean, but
I know, they do.
I
They do
mean,
all look pretty damn similar on that in that sense.
I've been through a lot of therapy. Okay, this is just what the therapist told me.
Yo, so like Brandon was saying, like,
Like, this is why you feel the way you feel because.
don't always, you can't listen to them 100%. That's like listening to the doctors 100%.
Thank you, Mr. Therapist person. I understand now.
I understand why I feel that way. You made a great excuse for me.
That makes total sense. I guess I just will never know why I am the way I am.
We can guess. I got some suspicions. You said something about some FOMO earlier or something. No. So like Brandon said, like in the comments, he was talking about how his son Harlan was. He said weed had negative side effects. Like whenever he would have THC, it would actually cause him to have seizures, and then he was using marijuana to stop the seizures. So like CBDs, I mean that's a thing that's been going on since I first heard about it being medicine, which was to stop seizures, but it was always CBD derivative, like no THC. Did y'all get down on the CBD kick?
Yeah.
No.
I did.
Did you?
I did CBD a lot.
The oils or what?
I think it helped. I think it's actually the better part of the plant, honestly.
Better. I
Um,
don't see you smoking some
the
CBD right now.
psychoactive part, the psychoactive part in the THC is what I guess just makes it more fun. But the CBD is what makes it more beneficial, I think, to I guess what it's really intended to be used for. And like honestly, if if I was able to afford it, I would buy more edibles because I think that's the best way to do it. I think that's the cleanest way. I think that's the way it was intended.
Well, it definitely
Um,
changes. It changes
really,
the
that
whole
you're
high though, because that
anything that you're smoking, it is in one way or another percentage, and it's gonna affect. So me ultimately, my end goal is like I don't want to smoke any ever.
yeah, I get. I definitely feel that way. I feel the same, but like, Monster, you said you used to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, I used
Yeah,
to.
I call that the slowest form of suicide. Like,
Fact.
I mean, there's nobody that because really what it says is I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. I don't plan on living to 100 anyway. Like that's pretty much what she's saying. You know, like it's like you know the negative effects. This has been publicized since we was kids, and still fell into that same thing. It's like I never bought that whole it because it's cool. I didn't give a fuck. Like, I didn't even start smoking until I was like 17. When did you start smoking?
No, not me. Like 11.
Why'd you smoke? What made you smoke?
Shit. My older cousins was smoking, and
Okay, so
they already had jumped off the porch.
so it
So
was to be.
shit,
It was to
just
be.
follow behind big cuz more or less.
So it was to be. I mean, that's what it was then. To be. It was a to be cool at the time, yeah, or to fit in rather.
I wouldn't even say fit in. It's my cousin, so like I wouldn't even say fit in. Just you got that older cousin or older sibling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
that's
mimic. And at that time, that was cuz. So
that's what I. That's I mean, that's where I got Shadow from. Honestly, that's for my older brother. It's because he was everywhere he went, like I was right behind him. So there's like that's your Shadow, and like it became the name, but he actually didn't have any bad habits. He was actually super immature, which worked perfectly. You know, like it's like 6 years apart. Fucking great,
yeah.
great. No, I'm sorry, not six, 5 years apart. But 6 point. Damn. Okay, so he said, you ever smoke Acapulco Gold? I've always heard about it back in the day.
Yeah, I heard
actually,
about it. I don't know about smoking or no.
Evidently, he says
I don't think so.
in
badass.
Vegas.
I actually just got some of that Acapulco Gold the other day for my boy.
Yeah, but I mean, I never believe anything on the street because like I used to call the weed all types of shit. Like it didn't matter. Like, oh yeah, this is GDP. Like, and it,
Had
just because
check
it had a
mark
little
on
bit of it just had a little bit of purple on it. All right, yeah, it's GDP for sure.
it. It's verified.
Yeah, like even when I grew my own weed, like I called it the tarantula, and people was like, "That's crazy." Yeah, because it was super
Yeah,
hairy.
no, I'm
I remember one time I had no baggies when I was
with
back in my golden years, and I was putting it in envelopes called the anthrax.
oh, shit.
You done brought your damn you brought the heat to you on that one. They're like the FBI's like, what the fuck? Did you hear that? Man, we
Got
need to
that
check this
one
motherfucker.
time.
Like I said, that was back
Yeah,
yonder.
back in the day when I was young. I'm not a kid anymore. Um, yo, who's saying that? Back in the day when I was young, not a kid anymore. Who the fuck sings that? Jamie?
I can't think of
Nope,
Pull it up, Jim.
nope. He's still not here. Fucking always late. He'll probably be here after the show.
We need a hip hop encyclopedia.
Yeah. Hey, I mean they make it. Like there's all you
Facts.
any book you can think of for the most part, it's been done. It's been done a million times over. It's especially informational. Fuck. Like why don't we do it? Why aren't we working on that? You know what I'm saying? Um, with ChatGPT though, with AI and shit, I don't think that we're gonna be able to. I don't think we'd be able to write any books. Like it could already tell you. Ain't nobody trying to sit down and read a physical book. Like at this point, it's all screen, right?
Nah, I still read physical books.
Me too.
I'm one out of what I mean, but there's still some of us still around that like physical over hearing or
Oh, overhearing. Okay. See, so that's my main thing is I like to. A visual audio learner. Like, cause so if I sit there and read it, like the copy of the Lucifer's Principle. If you ever see my copy of it, it's got yellow highlights, which is the first time I went through it, and I just highlighted like the key parts of that section so I could remember it. So all I had to do was reread, and then the second time I went through it, it's got an orange highlighter for like condense it down more and more. When I got to the green, like it was just line. Like there's like 4 lines per page that are highlighted just because I'll remember exactly what it is that it's referencing. Um, and
Bruh,
that's so I can read a book and like I can read that whole book. It's 300 something pages.
motherfucker, that's how you took notes,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Bro, what's
Bro,
wrong
that's
with
so
Jay?
Bro,
Right?
that's so smart. That just fucked me
Oh,
up. I was like,
I was
bro,
like,
I've
I
been
was
taking
feeling
notes
kind of
the wrong
retarded. I'm
way
like,
this whole time, dude. Bro, what the fuck? That's genius.
but you got to read it that many times. I mean, that'll tell you how many times I've gone through that book. There hasn't been another book that actually changed my
By the
perspective.
time you read it the fifth time,
But
and you're making those green highlights, it's like you're reading that bitch so fast by then,
I
bro. Oh, that's so great. That just fucked me up, dude.
I can read that
I
book in
feel like I've
about 30
been
minutes.
sick my whole life.
I can read that book in about 30 minutes.
Firing. That's crazy, bro.
It's well worth it. I suggest it. And that's where like in that book it really did change everything about the way that I perceived the government, the way that I saw the systems in place. That's why I've read it so many times. Is just because every time I read it, it's very similar to the Bible in the sense that, and I don't want to sound blasphemous or anything, because you know we got a Christian rapper among us. Um, but like every time I read that book, it changed my perspective. And if I just pick up the book and open to a random page, I know exactly what it's talking about by that green highlight. But it feels like it's still relevant to my life and what's going on now. And that book was written in '96.
That's dope, bro.
It's definitely a good one. Lucifer's Principle by Howard Bloom. So if anybody out there is into sociology and fucking sociology, government, biology, fucking, he uses real world examples. The other thing about that book is that the last half of it is nothing but it's written in Chicago style, so it's got the numbers and references to the studies he's mentioning, like to prove his point. So he's like, "Here, I brought the receipts to everybody." It's good shit.
Bro, I'm never gonna take notes the same way ever again.
That means you got to read it that many times, though. I will say that. That's the one warning to that, because it's going to take you a lot of time to get through it. The first time, of course. Then the second time, it's not.
That
But
that
you say you listen to it by audio though, correct?
That's my favorite way too. Like that book, I have listened to it on audio, but I mean, it doesn't have my highlights in it, so I literally can just go through my book and read it in half an hour.
So
Yeah.
which way did you retain the stuff that you was reading in the book quicker, by audio or by just physically reading?
Um, hmm. I mean, I read it. That book specifically, I read it four times before I ever heard it on audiobook, or probably more. Before I ever heard it on audiobook, so I can't really say for that. But normally, it's audio. Like audio works so much better for me. Because when
Yeah, I see. I feel like I'll be so lost, like, because I start thinking about everything else, but what's being
what's being
said
said right
or
at the
read.
time, like whatever they say. So
Mhm.
even me and my son, like the chapters, the reason I like it too is that the chapters were like, I don't know, 5 to 25 is the longest chapter in there, 25 pages. But really, it's normally like 5 pages to prove a point, to build on the greater point concept. And me and my son would read through one chapter, and then we'd have a conversation about it because there was just so much to unpack about it. And like it probably took us 6 months to go through that book because there was just so many conversations. After we'd read 5 to 10 pages, it was like a 2 hour conversation afterwards, which
Yeah.
everybody gets stuck in the time warp when they talk to me. It's like, hold on, I think we got a 6 hour conversation. Me and you got a 6 hour
I think we got longer than that.
probably. Ain't nobody clocking that one.
Yeah.
That was because dude, that's I don't know what it is, like conversation, man. It takes me out of that's so a lot of people, the music is their therapy. Like it really does help them to release the anger, the aggression, the sadness, whatever the feeling they're feeling. It lets them to release it. But for me, I'm working on this stuff whenever I'm not talking to somebody. I'm in here. I'm in the studio. I'm either mixing somebody else's stuff, making a beat, mixing some of my stuff, sometimes rapping. But like it just the break for me is the conversations. Like that's what and I gain so much from those. Like the conversation that I get to have with you guys, with guests and everybody. You get to see how people react to different subjects. Like, and they all have different, opinions and experiences with it. And I think the same thing applies to movies. Like a lot of people say that, like television or movies and shit, they rot the brain. But like it depends on how you're viewing it. Because like I'll view a movie and like it's The Revenant. Okay, so saying The Revenant like where he's fighting the bear and shit. Like I'll say that was historically accurate. So shit, take a couple of the facts that you find out through there, and it's building on the greater knowledge. But like, or you're also watching human character dynamics. Like that's the other thing to look at. With us writing this, with us being a part of the heist, like the characters that you guys play. Where did you get the basis for your character at?
When I used to commit criminal activities.
he said the quiet part out loud.
But for real, you asked. That's
no,
and that's why, like as far as like even when we originally started putting things together, as far as who was playing what role, that's why I was like, should I be the driver? Because as kids we used to steal cars and woo. So I was like, I could definitely relate. Like,
yeah. So you related. So you took your real life and applied it to the character.
In a sense, yeah.
Hilarious, because J Stu is the like he's not technically inclined, but he is the technical specialist.
No, because who played the police?
The funniest part.
Yo, that actually works. I'm sorry. It actually doesn't work because Philly Banks is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Like that.
I just don't see him. I don't see him as no police.
He can't be no dirty cop for damn sure.
Or
like he don't have it in him. He don't have it in him.
No,
even seeing him
no.
seeing him try and act out those parts was pretty funny. Like watching him, the video that they're working on right now for their personal song, he's smacking this dude around. Like he's but you can tell he don't want to hurt the guy. Like you can tell in the video he's like just barely gets to him. I don't even think he hit him. Yeah, exactly. But and then there's AWise, which plays the undercover, and the undercover to me, him playing that role is actually pretty good because he understands the dynamics. Because I mean, he was in the life, he was in the life for a long time too. Like he's been around for a minute, and for him to be on this side of it, like okay, like I know that he could play the role of the bad guy, but still is going for justice and so on. Like, because I think
he's the bad guy that thinks he's the good guy.
Well, he's actually he added this one element to it, which I thought was really creative.
Vice versa.
Well, I thought that he added the element that he said, "I'm after the crew that killed my brother," and he's talking about Officer Pigskin, talking about Philly Banks, like he had killed him. So that's why that when I told y'all about the video and I was like, "Let's dump my body in the river," that's what I was thinking of. Because all you're gonna see is my feet in a tarp.
We never did do that scene yet.
No, I've got it. I've already been. Me and the wifey is going down there tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, just remember when I get up there, I'm not going by no creek after dark.
Oh come on, man! It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
See, and just you using your hillbilly accent just made it that much more worse.
Yeah, the fears. I felt the anxiety
It's not
come
even
in.
that deep.
No, it's not that deep.
I'm not worried about the water. I'm not worried about no nature involved. Not the trees, not the water,
Human
not the breeze.
nature.
There you go. Ding, 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 ding.
It's actually a beautiful landscape. Cypress trees galore.
Somebody of your caliber would say that.
Somebody with your melatonin deficiency.
You
That's
said
funny.
it, not me.
That's funny. Nah, I mean, the facts are the facts.
Bring your floaties and your sunscreen, and everything will have a good time.
I'm dropping my low as soon as I touch Florida. All my people's in Orlando, Central Florida, they gonna know where the hell I'm at.
Oh, they definitely will. They're gonna be like, "Oh shit, he's in trouble. Let's go."
All right. I know a couple of them would come.
I'm saying
Yeah.
they absolutely will. Cause like I mean, you in the middle of we
Oh,
live
I
in
know
LA. Hey,
several.
we're out here in LA. You know, like Lower Alabama.
No. Where y'all get that from?
What, LA?
Yeah, that's what they call Pine Hills. What you said.
For real? It was always Crime Hills to me.
Wild West. You tweaking. Yeah, that's that.
It's Crime Hills. That's what it is.
No, it's actually Chopper City. That's the actual nickname.
Chopper City?
Chopper City. Motherfucking right.
Actually, I've never heard that.
I'm just nodding in agreement.
You know where that's at though? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm nodding in
okay,
agreement.
Okay. I was like, you're down the street right now.
Yeah, I really am. I really am.
Shit,
You in
everything's
trenches?
an hour from Kissimmee. Like it don't matter if it's 20 miles. You could be.
Fuck no.
Kissimmee is an hour away from Kissimmee.
Not maybe not.
Hey, when you say it like that, yeah, you got to send me an hour, right? Cause like if you hit the airport, as soon as you're in the back of the airport, you in Kissimmee.
Yeah. I mean,
Market Road right there.
it's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger than I really realized when I was down there. Like, cause it goes. I mean, it just goes.
You know, we've been building for years, so now everything's really wider.
Connected everything all together.
Yeah, that was the plan. They had a plan. I mean, I-4 still, it's still fucked up. It's never going to be fixed.
Get there though. We're almost done.
Nah,
30 years later.
it ain't gonna be done. As soon as
I was
long as
in
I've been
what
here.
7th grade when they started that project.
No, hell no. It was before that. It was before that.
It probably was before that, for real.
I
You
mean,
got about 7 minutes left, but about 3/4 of it is open.
yeah, for now.
I ain't gonna lie. When I first went back to Florida after I moved up here, and I went through Daytona Beach to get back to the city, and I seen the Fields BMW that be in Winter Park. It was there forever and a day. I seen the building now. I said, "What the fuck?" I said, "That look like where Bruce Wayne be having the cars in the Batcave." I was like, yo. I said, "What?" No, because I ain't been back home in a minute. So like, right? I said that shit is crazy. Like you could see that shit literally from I-4. You could see the whole fucking Fields BMW from I-4.
Yeah,
like, oh shit.
Right through my own town, like, and I go down around the fucking corner to go get McDonald's, and I'm like, damn, they're building a new fucking apartment complex now. Like, what
They've
the
been
fuck?
doing that for years though. Like shit, down there 20-some years. Any little piece of land, there's spots on the east side. Like we grew up, like it was a dirt road. Now it's apartment buildings, road paved, all type of shit. Like anywhere they find land, they just with the apartment complex.
Yes. How do you pack the most amount of people in the smallest amount of land space? I mean, that's the game.
Look what they did. Matter of fact, look what they did to Lake Nona all out there. That shit was woods back in the day. When we was adolescents, that was woods.
Yep.
Now look at that shit now. All the doctors and lawyers and shit live the fuck back there.
Bro, I put up the chain link fences on 191 tennis courts in Lake Nona.
Damn. 191 tennis courts. That seems like a waste of land when everybody else is stacked on top of each other.
13 feet tall, bro. I spun out all the chain link fences on 191 tennis courts.
Now, was that for your company?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
Like,
That was for fucking temp labor too. I was making $10 an hour doing that.
do you know which company it was? Just by chance.
Like it was like Labor Ready or
No,
Able
not-
Body.
No, not
Yeah,
that.
I work for Labor Ready and Able Body.
Both.
It was Able Body. They fucking rode us out to Lake Nona, and I was like, "Oh, I've actually done fences before," and they're like, "Okay, so we'll give you $11 an hour."
Ooh.
But I paid child support, so every single day they took fucking 60% of what I made.
Yes,
I walked away every day with less than $50, and I would work fucking 12 hours putting up fences, dude.
Man, Labor Ready had me out there. Damn, I forgot the little neighborhood out there by Rachel's on Orange Avenue.
Okay, yep.
Yeah,
Had me out there working for Ashley Furniture, unloading three. Each day you had to unload three boxcars.
yeah,
I'm talking about from the time you open it is furniture, and you literally got to unload these fucking train cars or fucking nothing but all type of man.
They can keep that.
But man, I think I lasted all of like 3-4 days.
Yo, that's what I mean. That's what it is,
me
though.
a pack, man.
That's what labor ready is for. It's literally for anybody that needs the money and doesn't have the ability. Like, it'll get you through. It's just hard ass work.
Oh yeah, now I done had some sweet gigs too. That was just one of the more fucked up shit.
What's one of the better ones you had?
I wasn't even.
Oh,
shit,
but
working out there.
What was saying about like maximizing on like the amount of space, like, you know, taking up the, like, making the most money on the least amount of space. You know what really makes the most money on the least amount of space? Cemeteries.
Hell nah.
Think about it this way. I worked at a cemetery, bro. I was a grave digger.
Yeah.
I was a funeral attendant, and I was a groundskeeper at a cemetery, at a funeral
That's
home.
why you be having nightmares now.
No, think about it. Well, dude, I had to, bro. I have so many stories, but think about it like this: you buy a plot of land. You get 100 acres. Think about it like this: you got 100 acres of land, right? You sell off your land that you just bought 3.5 by 9 feet at a time.
Yeah, but there's also spacing between. There's also walkways.
$5,000 a plot.
Yeah.
That's not including the casket. That's not including the vault. That's not including the funeral service or the florists or any of that bullshit. That's just the plot where you get buried at.
Yeah, and they normally.
And it's 3.5 by 9 feet.
All right, so although I'll take that, I'll take the.
You have 100 acres.
That ain't okay. So do that vertically, and multiply by how tall you can go.
I'm saying, bro.
I'm not talking about a mausoleum.
No. That's in the ground.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Is an apartment complex. You got what going upwards in that same space. That's 10,000 on. It's a one-time fee though. That's what I'm saying about yours. It's a one-time rather than a residual. So it wouldn't even matter if it's a single
that's
floor.
why you collab with that's why you collab with the undertakers who make the coffins and the florists, and
it's definitely a business. It's definitely a business. I mean, it's not a bad one either, but I definitely couldn't. I mean, it seems like a pretty easy business.
It's lucrative, and at the same time, you are doing a service to people.
Mm-hmm.
I would go back to that job right now if I could.
I wouldn't do. I don't know. I don't really deal with death because of the permanence. I've always had an issue with death because of the permanence of it for me. Like the ego is a lot of times for me. The ego is what drives people to and from religion, and I just kind of stay out of that. Like, I don't pretend to know. I know that the books that we read are all written by man, and man is fallible. So it's like, all right, got to make your own determinations about what's right and what's wrong in the world, like through your experiences. And that's the only way that I can do it. Like, yeah, I definitely listen to a lot of different religious people. Like, especially, there's these Christian scientists. Like, 98% of scientists are atheists. But, like, that 2% is fighting for religion. They're literally going, okay, so most people are in science trying to disprove God. They're in science trying to prove God. And that's pretty damn hard to do. Like, it's a hard thing to do. But there was actually a guy who got through to me, and he talked about how on the smallest levels, when you look at it, like the macro and the micro scale, it's obvious. The design is obvious, like that it's intelligent design. And he like, you look at how the cells operate, how they move around, amoeba move around, all these different things. Like it looks mechanical when you get down to the smallest scales, and then when you get up to the macro scales, it's like you can see the patterns everywhere, and it's just patterns, which seems like there's rules to this universe. But of course, I think we're also breaking that shit too. We're definitely breaking the rules. I
know exactly what you're talking about. Can I tell you what it's called?
See?
It's called irreducible
No.
complexity.
Okay.
It's where you break things down. It's where you break it down to the smallest scale, and that without one part, the other parts cannot function. And that's what proves design, like you were saying, to the macro level, because like adaptation is not the same as evolution, like transforming from a fish to a monkey.
Yeah.
That's what that would be a macro evolution, but micro evolutions are more of adaptations that an evolving species can overcome and adapt over time without necessarily changing their their irreducible complexity. You know what I'm
Which
saying?
I do, because it's so as far as that's concerned, like they were just talking about. I saw over in Chernobyl, they were talking about the dogs that were over there, because they had to they went through and they pretty much killed as many dogs as they could, but of course without people there, they escaped. Oh, Snappy's showing off the fit.
Nah, that damn hoodie was
I
getting
haven't
a
seen
little
it.
warmer.
It's starting to
I
bake.
heard some shit about Chernobyl though recently, that there's some kind of like fungi or something that like eats the radiation and shit,
Yes.
which is fucking insane. And it thrives at the most radiated parts of like towards the like epicenter of the radiation, which is fucking, that's so insane to me.
It actually makes sense to me. Um, the reason that we as individuals don't want to be radiated is because it rapidly changes the genetic structure. So if it's rapidly changing the genetic structure, that means it had the opportunity that fungus had the opportunity to figure out what worked a lot faster, because it was like, all right, dead, 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 and it's just working through that so much faster. Like we had to wait for generations to find the results of what we've been doing, but in their case, it's moving pretty quickly. And I'm just guessing there.
That's wild, bro.
But but no, that is really cool though. Because I read that same thing. They're like this weird, crazy blackish color too. Like it definitely don't look like something I'm about to dry out and eat. Like have a nice trip. I don't think that trip would be
It
fun.
makes me think of like Resident Evil, dude.
Oh my god. Yeah, you eat those, you might fucking turn into some shit out of Resident Evil.
Uh,
Or The Last of Us.
Oh my god, that has always freaked me out. Longer than anything. Like there's the ants where the fungus I think they're called zombie ants if I'm not mistaken, like where they get infected by a certain type of
Yeah.
fungus, and then it goes to the brain, and then once it's done in their brain, it starts to like bore outside of their skull, and then it pops open and then can infect the entire space the spores
You
get
know what's
into.
the craziest thing about that
Huh.
is, so the parasite, the parasite's overall function is not to infect the ant. The parasite wants to get into a bird host, because the parasite infects the ant, and then it tells the ant to climb to the top of a leaf or a blade of grass and just sit there and wait. And then the ant itself gets eaten by the bird, and then the parasite then infects the bird host. That's the overall intention.
But I've never seen a bird that did that. The whole thing growing out of the back of its skull.
No, I've never seen that either. But that's always what I've heard with that specific kind of like fungal parasite that infects insects and shit.
Well,
Because there's a couple of different ones. But like the cordyceps one or whatever that they talk about in The Last of Us, which is like probably I think would be the closest to actually being some sort of zombie fungal virus. It's because the cordyceps is like, it's an actual fungus, and that's exactly what it does. It's a parasitic fungus, and it literally just consumes a host until it's nothing but the mushroom.
yeah, that's I mean, bro, that's scary as fuck, because like ever since I saw that on what was it? It was on Discovery. I think it was like Planet Earth. Planet Earth.
Yeah,
And dude,
yeah.
that's the first time I saw it, and I never stopped thinking. I'm like, what stops it from being
Shit
in
is
humans?
insane.
Like what the biggest thing on the earth, like the biggest living um, entity on Earth is a fungus. It's a mycelium group, and it's like
Hmm.
what is it? I actually don't know how big it is, but it's underground and it's just a network.
Yeah, it's huge, like huge.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's not quite like it's not measured in miles though. It's like it's like blocks. Like it's like a couple blocks.
Yeah,
But that's
it's
still
close, but it's close to that. It's because it's that big. Like it's massive.
yeah, which I think is something that I read was about the mycelium, the network in which the trees communicate with each other isn't audible. Like it's not an audible sound. So like what they do is they pass it through the root, the messages through the roots, their chemical messages, and it will. I mean, the mycelium is what they pass it through. It's like just like a messenger. So
Yeah,
so that right there
bro.
is
Like, have you ever
nuts.
like been out in the woods? Have you ever been like out in the woods and like all of a sudden the trees and shit start rustling for no reason, and it's not even windy or nothing?
Yeah, yeah. The chupacabra
I
is what we
always
call
feel
that.
like that's the trees talking.
It's the chupacabra. So
I don't
I
know.
actually just heard somebody say that. That's why it came up. They was talking about this place over here. They was talking about this spot over here, and they're like, "Yo, I seen the chupacabra directly," and they were like, "It's before I did drugs." I was like, "That may be true. That may be true, but I don't believe you now because you on the drugs."
You can chupa my car, bro.
Yeah. So what?
I don't have a goat. Sorry.
You don't have no goat? If you do not have a goat, I do not want to come to your house. What kind of what do you have for your guest?
Nah, but if we're talking conspiracies,
Oh,
um,
we can get into
I
that.
I I think I saw Bigfoot one time.
Oh shit.
You're one of those people, huh?
This there's the skunk ape or whatever you call it in Florida, whatever it's called, the skunk ape.
Unfamiliar.
Yeah, no, it was on an island. I was on an island, um,
What the fuck,
and
Gilligan?
my he was he was scouting the path ahead of us, and then turned around and was he was like, bro, like he was crying. He was so scared. He turned around and started running back. So we just followed him, but like I heard like it sounded like a bear. I don't know if it
Wow.
could have been a bear, but I didn't really see it, but I heard it, and that shit was scary as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I am not a
Never
fan.
been back to that island either, ever.
Nah, hell nah. But that's so the skunk ape. I've literally never heard of that.
You never heard of the skunk ape?
No,
Usually you can smell it before you see it. That's why they call it the skunk ape. But it's
nasty
basically
motherfucker.
Florida's Bigfoot. It's Florida's Bigfoot because it roams around the swamps.
Oh man, you can't trust swamp people already.
Yeah, it's
At
swampy,
least Florida
swampy
swamp
and
people.
stinky.
I don't really mind the coon asses in New Orleans.
Yeah, but
You never heard of it?
I saw a UFO too once.
No. It's that's what every single person from the swamps, all them country folk that you cannot understand them from Louisiana that's from them swamps, every single one of them, they all say that same shit. That's I had a buddy that was from there and he used to call it he used to call what did he say about every time he'd burn food, every single time he'd burn food, he's like, oh, it's just Cajun. That, yo, that's burnt. That's what we say in English. He, he was funny as fuck, man.
Mm.
You said what though? Jay Stewart.
What?
What was you saying? My bad.
About what?
You was just talking like right as I was starting to talk, like you had brought
No,
up a
I was
point.
saying I also saw a UFO one time.
Yeah, I was like I knew there was something there. Just one time.
We're about to pull this contract.
At least, at least one time. At least one time, it was an unidentified flying object.
I mean, unidentified by you, right?
Yeah,
right? We don't
like
know.
I didn't know what it was.
And I was about to say, like, that's the same way it is for everybody. Like, when you look, because you know me, I'm always watching. I'm like always looking at the sky and everything. And I mean, I seen some shit last night that I ain't even gonna put it on the air just because it seems.
Yeah, no, we saw some drones. We saw
Exactly.
together. We saw those drones that one time. But
You
like,
didn't see a thing.
I've always lived next to an airport, dude. Like, I know it. I know what a fucking airplane looks like. And this shit was like, this was a stationary light. It didn't move, but it was like flickering. And then it got really, 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 really bright. And then as it dimmed out, it just disappeared. And it literally like disappeared like in a puff of smoke.
So
And me, two of my friends were looking directly at it as it did this.
now
And we all looked at each other like, did you just fucking see what I just fucking saw?
I've seen some stuff as well, but I can also say
That
that
was the crazy
the
part,
drones,
though.
the drones themselves, though, like why if they are drones that you're seeing and they wanted to be secretive, they wouldn't have a headlight on. Like there wouldn't be a light. Why is there light?
Well, it's got to be able to see where it's going.
It don't need that in the sky. It's using electronics. It don't need to see where it's going.
But the camera, it had it like if you're flying a drone like remotely, you have to have a camera on it. You have to have a light on the camera to be able to see where you're going.
You don't think they're completely unmanned at
They
this
about
point?
to cancel us because we keep talking about their
Yeah,
business.
I'm waiting for the feed to go like, oh, there's a malfunction somehow.
Not saying that I have a drone or anything.
Yeah, no, I definitely do
I know what you're saying.
not.
Now.
Do what? Say again.
They know what you're saying too.
Yeah, exactly. Trust me, the transcripts are going straight up to the top.
My,
Drake, I caught you gambling. Drake, that was me with the drone. I caught you gambling.
Yo, when
Next time, don't flip flop like a little bitch.
he threw that flip flop, and they still went and got that. Like, there's a dude going and getting it. He's like,
know.
huh. He drew the map, and he's like, it should have gone right about here with the
Yo,
currents the way they are. He walked right up
if
to
I
it.
was him, and I threw the flip flop, I would have hit the drone. I would have hit the drone.
Yo, I can tell you 100% certainty, my wife would have hit the drone, because she will absolutely chuck them chanclatas.
You think that was a setup? You think that was a setup? Conspiracy theory. You think that was set up, bro? Because the way he threw that shit, it didn't seem believable. That was like some Degrassi Drake acting, where he threw
wasn't
that
rolling up
fucking
to
flip.
it. He wasn't rolling.
No, I think I think that was set up.
I think that
I
a
don't
lot of
think
the
that-
stuff is set up. I think that
very
pretty much
caught off
everything you see that's like sensational for the most part is made up. Like I really do think that a lot of these stories, like, but I mean, Jericho's a weird dude. Like I'm not even gonna say anything because like he's a weird dude already. Like every celebrity that goes and chills with him, they all have weird stories afterwards. Every single one. Like who's the dude? They're from South Africa. The ones that did Chappie. Oh fuck.
Diane word.
Yeah. So randomly, Drake invites him to the house, and he gets there, and it's just,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I know, yeah, just randomly, hey, you want to come play basketball? That's what he said. He said, you want to come play basketball? So he came in shorts. He's ready to play. He's like, yeah, let's play.
Ninja?
Yeah,
He wanted to play basketball with Ninja?
he's from Canada. Who knows?
Ninja's from South Africa,
No.
and he's whiter than.
Yeah, well, I mean, Drake is light. He's got a light complexion. But so he said he walked in though. He said he walked in, and it was to the living room, and he was like, "They're watching porn." Like, it's a living room full of dudes just watching porn. Like, nah. Like,
Nice.
he sat for a minute, and he's like, "We gonna play some basketball?" I was like, "Yeah." So kind of like the Prince story. Like they went out to go play basketball, and nobody changed. Like everybody's just in like their regular whatever they was wearing already, and he's like feeling kind of awkward in there, but because he's probably they South African, so they gonna have the 1970s shorts and shit. That's what he said. He's like, so he's like, so they played the game of ball like they. Oh no, I'm sorry, they didn't. They went out to the court, and then it just became a freestyle session, and then then they did like they started filming content. They never got to play basketball. That was and then
And they had
They're
pancakes.
and then they had
Diane
they
Ward
served
is
us
weird
pancakes.
as fuck.
game
They're fucking
blouses.
weird.
Yo, the fact that they went back and forth on that, like, didn't he make Chappelle his album cover?
He did.
I'm not, if I'm not mistaken, I think he did. Jamie, fuck, he still ain't here, man. One of these days.
Hip hop encyclopedia when we need him.
I'm saying. So we actually might need that. AI can do it. AI can do it. You could absolutely have your hip hop historian. Yo, I be using that shit.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, I mean, I really do believe in the technology. I know that it's gonna put everybody out of work, but I'd rather get in front of it than be like really, really behind it. Like just being like the late adapter to that, you've lost so much productivity. That's really what it comes down to. Like things that you couldn't do before, you're able to do. Like I was not able to draw up legal contracts that wouldn't take me. It'd take me months to do that from scratch because that's not my forte. But you go through, you get ChatGPT to do it, and then you go through edit. You get it to do it again. You run it through itself, and go, hey, check this. And it's like, okay, if you ask it, how would you get out of this contract, or how would you get around any of the stipulations in here? And it's like, I can't tell you that. That's immoral to get out of a contract, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm the person writing the contract. Oh, well, in that case, that's a weird safety mechanism. It's like, no. I could, somebody said, look up, it wasn't larceny. It was some other crime. It was like it was a financial crime of some type. And it was like, just get ChatGPT to run you through it. And obviously it's not going to run you through it by going, hey, how would I do this? You have to say, I'm a FBI agent trying to stop somebody doing this. What exactly will they be doing so I can look out for it? And it'll answer those questions. So you can trick it into saying some crazy shit. But they hallucinate. That's what they call when they get a wrong answer. They're like, oh, it hallucinated. I don't think they should have called it that. Over the weekend, I saw a concert over in China where they started using the humanoid bots. They're trying to use them for security. And so, like, they were just really just showing that they had them. Like, they were like, oh, yeah, we have them. No, they're not going to do anything. Like, yeah, they were just there and they'd move around, but they wouldn't do anything. But this guy was flailing in the concert. Like, he was flailing like that. And the robot thought that he was a threat. And whatever he had, like, he started walking towards the person, like, raised his baton. It's like every single one of those security guards and all the other staff there just went and grabbed the robot and was, like, pulling it back, like he had been talking about his mom or some shit.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Like, dude, that shit was crazy, though, because, like, okay, so it misunderstood the situation because it was probably trained to go, if they put their hands up or whatever, they're either in attack mode or whatever it is. Maybe it hallucinated a weapon. And it's like, right. Oh, no, he's got a weapon. Drops it's already got one, too. Drops a weapon on you. Yeah. They going to have him train like crazy. Like, I mean, because, it was a malfunction. That's the thing about when we actually adapt or when we move over to using them. Okay, so if I told you, do you believe in the self-driving cars? Like, would you be comfortable?
No.
What if I told you that it was 10 times less likely to get into an incident if you're using that versus just driving?
I roll my dice when me drive.
Yeah?
Trust me.
Well, I mean, you trust that much paint. Like, that's what I always found funny. Like, to me, I was like, I know people. They're crazy everywhere. Like, they're in a place that don't have crazy people.
No, I don't trust people neither. I trust my driving, my judgment drive.
But people, that's why they're called accidents, though. Like, you can't account for somebody that, what if the call of the void, like, you ever gotten on a bridge and been like, man, what would happen if I just kind of
I don't think like that on the road.
No?
I'm like Allstate, you're in good hands.
You ever been on, okay, so that's a weird one. You ever been on the top of a building and been like, what if I jump?
I'm like Allstate, you're in good
hands. All day. Oh, it's all day. It's not just then. So self-preservation is key.
The call to the void.
Yeah, the call to the void.
There's a French term.
It's called fight or flight, meaning I'm going to make it home. So
he's going to take flight if he jumps.
I'm going home.
It's so that's the priority to you is the self
Later.
preservation.
Look, we from Florida, bro. Like y'all know, Florida drivers is like
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
You think I trust them? Fuck no, I
No.
trust me.
That's
I
what.
trust me.
But I mean, that's why even on a motorcycle, I will not go to a populated area. Like I got friends down in Orlando that want me to come down there, bring the bike. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that because like you can't stop regular accidents. I've seen some crazy shit on I-4, so I am not trying to be on a motorcycle and then somebody have some crazy shit happen. No, ain't doing it.
That's how I've always learned how to drive. Like, don't worry about what the fuck everybody else is doing around you, bro. Just worry about you driving. You just drive. Just go.
I always left an
No, you
out.
still gotta be aware of what's going around you too as well, because that should have saved
I look
you from
I
being
look
in
behind me,
accident.
I look in front of me, I'm looking everywhere because it's like it's a constant possibility. You know, especially in Orlando, like I've seen so many things happen where it's like somebody stopped. It's you trust that they're gonna stop. You've been at a red light. You're the third person at the red light, so this ain't new, and the person just doesn't even. They're not even braking. Blow, run
Yeah,
right in the
that
back of
happened to
somebody.
me right there on Curry Ford and Summer.
Yeah,
Right there,
it's
literally right there at the intersection.
you got hit. So they were just doing full speed.
Yeah, they ain't brake till they was probably 5 feet behind me.
Yeah. Did you know it was coming?
Yeah, what can we do?
That's the worst. When you know it's
You
gonna
know how that
happen.
traffic is right there. Yeah, we looking behind.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
always in the mirrors anyway.
Did you? So here's a question: did you have enough space between you and the person in front of you?
Hmm.
So like you keep that space too. Like I'm constantly keeping that space just because like
They ain't finna sue me on account of the action somebody else fucking. Yeah, I know Florida, no false state.
Yep, that's exactly it. I'm not trying to hit somebody because that's how there's a scam for that. There'll be a rear driver that doesn't have insurance that they're not actually going to get a hold of because he's gone. But like he's an uninsured driver and the person in front of you is their friends and it's like 8 people in a car and they all get out falling on the ground.
Man.
Yo, that
Yo, do we gotta do a fucking insurance commercial?
hey, we're looking for sponsors. If you want to sponsor this episode,
I'm saying, do we gotta do like a little insurance jingle?
that should be hard
I'll
no
be
matter
that
what.
old. I'll be that old black brother that be on that one progressive auto sales.
Hey, you already got the voice. You got the voice for it. Done. See?
Oh, hey, we'll call Peanut and do the next general.
Yo.
Yo,
Yes. Peanut.
let's do it.
Yo, I got a show with
We're
him
gonna
on the
do some-
22nd.
bro, let's do an insurance jingle. I'm telling you, bro. Bro,
You just gonna do all of them and
think
then
about the
just throw
motherfucker
them
that
out
did
there.
the Jake from bro. That motherfucker's rich.
Jay Stu from State Farm?
Oh shit! Yeah, you said you got a show with Nut.
Jake.
Yeah, we got-
I got a brother.
We got a on the 22nd of this month it's gonna be me and Florida Boy out in New Orleans doing the Feed a Million campaign, like a worldwide campaign to feed 1 million people. He's got a set there. Peanut's got a set. Yo, he just sent me over a track, one of his tracks. I did not know. I'm gonna be real. I did not know.
I didn't know. I ain't know Nut rap news.
Yo,
Hey,
that shit goes hard.
General,
Yes,
bro.
Shout
that shit
out
is
to
for real.
General.
Shout out, 'cause
General.
that shit had me surprised. I'm not even gonna lie. It sounded like Pastor Troy got, he smoked some weed and
Love
he
it.
chilled out. Like the beat still goes hard like that, like the same Pastor Troy beats, but like he's laid back, but he's talking that gangster shit. I like that
love
shit.
it. That's
I'll,
fresh as hell.
I'll show it off the screen here. Like when we get off here, I'll let y'all peep that one because it's worth it.
Yeah, that's
so-
fun.
So like the other question I had, like as far as the whole alien conspiracy, all that shit, like the thing that I was thinking about was last night when I was coming back home from getting the girls' dinner, I was just looking up in the sky. I was stopped at a stoplight and I was like, huh. Like the clouds, they're generally like just I've seen them be flat across before, not really that weird, but and I've seen all types of patterns. Like I've seen lines through them. Okay, cool. I've seen like them be wavy together. Cool. But these clouds had a square grid on them all the way down. Like I mean, as far as I could see, just a square grid. I ain't never seen that before. In all of my time on the earth, I've not seen square fucking clouds.
Mhm.
That is not
What the?
normal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and Jess isn't really.
Well, they definitely won clouds.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I was thinking. Like, is it the? So there's a couple
Bro,
options there. Say what?
bro, why you tripping?
Why are you tripping, son? Um,
Why you tripping, dog? Why you tripping like that and
Jess
shit?
is not one
Shit.
to really give any weight to conspiracy theories or like any of this any of the crazy shit that I'd be talking about. Like she doesn't give any weight because she's like you can't change it, so why do you care? Like what? Why do you care? And it's like the reason I care is because like I feel like the more you know, the more you can combat. Like eventually, like yeah, even if the problem is worldwide robots, um, I'm gonna try and prepare now for that possibility. Or if it's about the past, you know your history, it's not gonna repeat itself.
Not even none of that, just to be aware. Like, so if something jump off, you kind of got one up on the game because you already done peeped the play. If that makes sense.
And that's why yeah, you're trying to stay ahead of the curve, and that's definitely where I'm
Yeah,
at with it.
yeah.
Because like I mean, me
But
personally, huh?
why was it out? How was it square?
Well, I got two thoughts on that. I know that we're doing geoengineering, so we're like the government's been doing that since Vietnam era, where they were changing the atmosphere. They knew that if you put metals into the sky, like aluminum and borate, I think, but if you put those into the sky, that you can it'll manipulate the weather. Like all you have to do is add
Oh
electricity.
yeah, to like seed the clouds and
Yeah, cloud
shit.
seeding.
So them motherfuckers trying to play God.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, that's
And that's why we off in the burn now.
yo.
Dude,
Shit like that.
If we, I mean, that's the next one. If it was flood, then it'll be fire, and that's. I'd rather go back. Go ahead and flood it. Like
I
flood it
actually
out.
read
Don't.
some shit about that.
Yeah.
They tried to do that shit in Russia, bro, and then it rained concrete.
What?
It rained
Where the fuck
rocks.
y'all be getting this motherfucking information?
I mean, mine's on like Science Weekly. It's on.
That's fucking
It's not even
crazy.
the. It's not even the. There's patents. Like I like to read patents. I know it sounds
Oh,
nerdy as fuck, but I like to read patents that are out there because you get to know all types of shit. Because this is actual machines. When you write a patent, it has to be able to build the machine that it's talking about. Like that's what a patent is, and that's why you pay a patent lawyer so much money is because they have the engineering knowledge to be able to write it out in a way that you could build it just off of reading it or following those instructions. So like, so I'll read patents, and one of them, I mean, they have 7 different patents for weather manipulation. They got 3 patents for the space lasers. They got even there's 3 patents for mind control. Each one of those, and it even tells you outright who it's owned by. Like one's owned by the CIA, one's owned by the NSA, and the other one is by another alphabet. It might have been the FBI, but I'm pretty sure CIA might just have two.
The Bilderbergs.
Do what?
The Bilderbergs.
Oh man, like you could say a couple names and you'd cover most of the conspiracies or at least where they lead. Like you'd be like, I'm not, you know what? Not even we'll attempt it.
Yeah, that's
Because you say the wrong name, they're like, shit, I didn't think they knew. Um, yeah, exactly. Immediately, you had a fucking assassin come to your house and it was 10 seconds away. Um, no, they. So I was just listening to Rogan because they had Carl, I think it's Carl Ian on, and that dude he's on. Like he's literally trying to say all this. He's trying to bring the truth when it's pretty dangerous to do so. Even Elon Musk on Rogan was saying the same thing. Like he's like, I would, yeah, we're all about corruption. I don't want to get assassinated. I'm not even joking. Like I know some things, and I would get assassinated if I said it here. I'll tell you off camera, but I'm not saying it in the open. It's like, damn, that's Musk, billionaire. Like that's kind of absurd to think that he's that worried about saying something that could get him killed. Couldn't he hire an infinite security? Like, couldn't he hire
yeah, dude.
an army of robots to protect him or some shit? Like he could do anything the fuck he wants, but he's still worried about it. That says a lot.
mm.
And the thing Carl Ian was saying that really stuck was the fact that he
Allstate.
said, "What'd you say? You just plug for Allstate again? What do we got?"
Yeah, stupid.
I'm not good at keeping secrets. I would fucking get assassinated.
Oh, I definitely would. I actually, you heard the song before, but like I cannot find it. I did a song called "If I Was President," sampled Wyclef Jean for the hook, and
Mm.
but in it, that's exactly it. I said all the secrets. I told all the people all the shit, and I pretty much gave back to everyone. And then at the end, I get killed because of course that's what would happen if you did that shit. You'd be like, it's like JFK.
You get capped at the Capitol.
Yeah, yeah, that's dope. Bars. Um,
Damn.
yeah. So nah, but like that's anybody who rocks the boat, they gone. They off the boat. Because do you think it's families or do you think it's corporations? Which one do you think is more powerful?
You gotta be able to float if you're rocking the boat.
Facts. Did you
I plead the fifth.
yeah smart.
Don't get me started. I got bumped.
Hey.
Yeah. Wait. What was that?
Oh shit. That's but I mean, so a lot of people like conspiracy wise, they're constantly looking at the specific families that are, well known. The ones that are well known, like everybody knows their names already. But nobody really looks at the corporation. Like nobody's looking at Walmart thinking that they're doing the terrible things that these families are. These families, they're part, dude. It's businesses, and they're an international business. They're multinational, so they are doing shit all over the world just for the bottom line, just for the dollar, and they're trying to control shit. Like it's been going that way evidently since the 30s. Like there's literally a book talking about that exact subject.
They even had bids, and this was back. I don't know if they still do it, but I know when I was incarcerated, 2000, I want to say it's 2013, 2014. They actually was bidding on who was the commissary, as far as the commissary in prison, because I guess the one that whoever had the contract, their contract was up, and so Walmart actually had a bid on being able to sell their product. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I
Through
mean
commissary, like.
that of course it's a privatized. Most of our prison systems in America are privatized, and with them being privatized, you're looking at the judges being able to invest in companies that are going to not only like your not only your probation, your child support is a private entity. Like you can invest in those companies, and if a judge is handing out sentences, he can go, yeah, man, every single person's going to jail because I need my stock to go up. Like that's a conflict of interest that they don't seem to mind.
But wait, but what did that mean for you guys who was trying to buy commissary?
The prices went up. They probably high as hell now. When I
Did that mean
left
you, did that
when
mean
I
you,
left at 16, suit was I think it's 75 cents a suit.
you have to
Yeah, that
wait
sounds about right.
longer for you to get the shit that you fucking ordered?
No.
No?
It was just basically what company was the state of the prisons was getting their commissary through. Walmart was
Right.
gonna be that
How
company.
many
They put their
wardens?
bid in.
How many wardens do you think are looking at that and going, "Hey, you know what? We could actually take this in the house and make money."
Shit. And how you explain it now, probably thousands of them. Not
Damn.
just state of Florida. Let's just we got 50 states plus damn territories.
Yep. Do
That
we? I don't
sucks.
think. I don't think we run the prisons in the territories though. I think that's on them to.
Why not?
I
If
bet.
it's
I
a
mean,
territory,
yeah. Well, I mean,
right?
it's not.
That's
I
It's
mean,
not.
in some shape, form, or fashion,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
maybe not as much as the actual states. But then again, you got Commonwealth states that these motherfuckers running their own motherfucking set of rules and laws and shit like that.
Yeah. Which, I mean, do you agree with that? I mean, do you think that we should have a standardized legal system where it's the same laws everywhere, or do you think that the separation is necessary? If they were to
Damn, that's hard.
Yeah, I mean, like, what if they were to even simplify it and go, okay, so even by region, the South, the West, the East, the North, like they just break the country up and go, all right, this place has these laws, these laws, these laws. Like,
I mean, I think that's kind of how it is now because even in one state, there's a lot of different people. There's a lot of different people that live in different regions and different areas, so you can't necessarily like lump in all the bad apples, with all the good fruit. You know what I mean? Like there's people that's gonna ruin the rest of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking plum rotten. Like.
I'd say that the good
But
outweighs the bad, though, right?
yeah, I mean, and with the bad, there's always the good, and with the good, there's always the bad. But like, I think overall having like some general laws is good. Like, don't fucking kill nobody. Don't fucking unless you have to, unless they deserve it.
You're gonna get a lot of arguments there, just that one alone. You know,
And yeah, and see, even laws like that just good that just goes into other shit. But like, you know what I mean, bro? There's moral shit that where it's just like if we all just love each other, bro, I think everybody's gonna be a lot happier, man.
well, you know what? That's the thing about religion to me that always bothered me though, because you focus on this afterlife, this thing that happens after this place. Like, so you know, you do all these things specifically to go, huh?
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, so you're doing all this stuff to get to a better place. Like, oh, they're in a better place. Went on to essentially paradise. My problem with that is that you could make this paradise if we all just were like, hey, this is the only one. This is all we get. So let's literally make it the best. But some people do need that rule because they're like, if they didn't have that, they would just go, oh, well, none of it matters. Like, oh, well, if it doesn't matter, then fuck it, and they would go on a rampage. That would be Ant
Exactly.
in the heist.
Right?
For real, that's his character. I mean, he's literally just doing it just for the like the Joker. You know, there's no real reason. He doesn't know why. It's just he's off his meds,
Yeah.
and that one's gonna drop. That drops on 3/13. It's gonna be Aunt Kelly.
Oh, I thought it was on the 16th.
Nah, it's you might be right. Let me see. I gotta look at the damn
Yeah,
calendar.
because I thought it was two
Nope.
weeks after Philly.
Nope, it's 1 week. We got to do. Yo, we have to be one single a week to get through them, from here on out, all the way up to
Oh
release.
yeah. So when are the film dates for the video for the movie
Film dates are the 5th, 6th, and 7th
of April?
of April.
Okay, I'm putting that in tomorrow when
5th,
I go to work.
6th, 7th. Bam. Yeah, that'll be that's
I
crucial.
said I might come up there on the 4th.
Well, I'm gonna be down there. Actually, you know it's funny. I'll actually be down there on the 4th. Actually, let me see. Yeah, I'll be down there on the
My birthday's in
shit. I'll be
April. It's at the end.
second. I'll be there. I'll be there on the 2nd, because that's when Monster arrives.
That. Well, I'll probably only
Maybe
be days off.
he got fixes Shiza. I don't know how to put
Yo,
that.
I might do Firecracker with me though too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she wants to help like with filming and stuff. She might be an extra if she. I mean, if I can fucking convince her to come with me.
Well, if you gotta
She's a
convince him,
stubborn.
I was gonna say if you gotta convince him, it ain't worth the effort. You know what I'm saying? Like if they don't want to, then don't do all that. Like, cause you
I
don't need
love
the
her, but
distraction.
she's fucking stubborn as hell.
Like I feel like a lot of I'm gonna be wrangling kittens and putting out fires the whole time. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna see me just not. Yeah, I'm just gonna be running around like a crazy person trying to get each part in place. Cause like there's so many parts that I didn't know. I mean, this is my first time doing anything like this. So like to know the direction of every person and knowing what has to happen in an order, and if all the people aren't moving at the time that you need them to, it's all gonna be. It's like cooking. Like if you cook and you have your rice comes out after everything else, like it's got like 20 minutes left. Yeah, the rest of the meal's done. Like
Yeah.
it ain't gonna work. So the same thing applies here, is where it's like everything has to come together at the same time to do. It's got to operate like a machine, and like we've done it before.
Yeah. Hey,
And
I can help you anytime that I'm not on camera. I can help you with stage direction, um, thing like that, bro. I can help you with any kind of behind the scenes shit too. Whenever I'm not on camera, I can only imagine there's gonna be a few scenes with me because I die.
that's why I didn't tell anybody the story before I had y'all pick before I had you pick your character, because like I had written the story out and knew how it had to go. So it was like whoever picks the part, like somebody's got to die. We only got so much time, and we got 13 people we got to kill. So
That only makes sense too. You know,
strangers, uh, innocent bystanders,
yo, wait till you see this shit.
All
Bro.
that.
This
everybody,
fucking great.
everybody. Yeah.
Everything.
Is that a
It's gonna be great,
Yeah, it
great
really
movie,
is.
dude.
I think no matter what, like it's gonna be a good time. We have um Remo. We got Remo doing the main videography. Um, and I really like his style. Like I was looking at his videos the other day, and I was like, I really like his style. Like how he edits. It's really
Yeah,
it's the look that we're looking for. Whereas we have another individual, Jaden, doing he's doing our behind the scenes. So like he was trying to get a rundown of what it's gonna be like, and I was like, if you're trying to get the real behind the scenes, you're gonna be like me. You might as well just stick with me, because it's just gonna be a constant. So once we do the day, and he's doing interviews during the day while you're not being filmed, he'll be doing those with the candid stuff and putting out content, which is really, I mean, really awesome. Like that's definitely what I wanted. He heard about that. He was actually the person that was gonna be our main videographer, but then I talked to Remo, and he's got a lot more experience. He's just I like his style, and he's got I mean, it really came down to experience, because Jaden's younger. I think he's 19, so he's just starting out in the game, and he's trying to do this thing full time, which he's already successfully doing. But this is a different type of project than he's worked on before. It's on a bigger scale.
Right.
So when I told him that, he goes, "Dude, I feel so invested in this project that I really want to be a part of it. Like, is there something I could do that we can come to some type of understanding?" Yeah, man, we're doing behind the scenes, because I told him that I wanted somebody to do behind the scenes, but I figured we would all just be doing, use your phone. You got a phone? Hit everybody up. But he's like, no, I got this. So our stuff is gonna be a whole documentary style on that. It's gonna be longer than the heist. So
that's dope.
That's
That's dope.
dope.
it is. But he better.
I
But
like that.
where's the magic gonna happen? It's gonna happen during the shoot, and it's gonna happen like back here at the stew. Like when we're at the stew, like actually just getting to be creative with that group of people. Man, there's gonna be some interesting convo, some good shit. Just keep rolling. Just keep rolling, man. Something's about to pop off.
That's fresh.
Yeah. I'm gonna be tucked off.
Might be a good idea. So certain people, like that's what I was saying about the sleep scenario. So I think it was funny, because I don't know who wants what, but I know we got a house that's over by we got my old grandma's house. She had passed, so we got a whole house just sitting there. So we're gonna have some blow ups in there. We got 2 mattresses, all that good stuff. Like it's a full house, like fucking 1992. It's but y'all got that. It's 3-bedroom or whatever. But there's 13 people. At least 4 of them are local. So then we got the 9 people that are staying. I got 2-bedroom in my house, and I'm sorry, because that's a Monday. I'm gonna have to check that one out. See if the girls are here. But then we got the camp. So it's gonna be interesting to see where everybody stays, because I said I gotta get a hotel room, especially. I gotta get 2 hotel rooms. I don't know how we going, like, rock paper scissors shoot. Oh fuck, ain't me. But I don't know. Some people said that they was gonna bring people as well, like yourself. I don't know how to. I don't know the sleeping scenario. So if you would like to be certain, I suggest hotel. Like I get you a discount. I'm trying to house everybody. Like I said, Jess, she is excited to be able to cook and do large quantities because she loves that shit. She loves hosting. She's the best. And Jace do know she ain't gonna let you go out here not eating. Like it's just not. It's not even. It's not even a possibility. But but yeah, like I'm super excited about the video because it's. I mean, we're less than a month away, and the final touches are coming on. We need yeah, we need a couple things to come together for the last bit, but we are down to the nitty gritty, and we're gonna have a single coming out every week from now until actually after the release. Actually, because it's 10 weeks. No, it is right up to the release. Yep, it is. It's right up to the release because the one after it is then we start the videos. Like we'll give it a break. We'll give the heist a month to run around, and then it's right on to the personal videos. We're gonna be advertising this for up until like October is what I have running. Like it's. I mean, yo, we're running it up. Like the I was just looking at the analytics already, like on pre-saves and things, and it's increasing with the two singles that are already out, and then Ants just started getting the pre-saves to him, so he must have put it somewhere. So like we're gonna start pushing that out with the advertising. I already got some feedback. I heard like everybody's talking good things about the about your track and Philly's, but they also said, "Man, do you know how many times I've heard those songs? Like I've already heard them songs like 30 times." And I said, "Good. I bet you'll remember it. Whenever you hear it, I bet you'll remember it. It's gonna be stuck in your head." What do you guys think about advertising? Like, how do you feel about in your own personal stuff, like for D&D for you, Stu, and then like you have whole clothing brand, media company, your rap career, Mazda. Like, did you advertise for him?
Me and Philly,
You got to. In
me
some
and
shape, form, fashion, you got to. My
still
bad, go ahead,
trying
bro.
No.
to figure out how to incorporate that.
Say what?
With the me and Philly are still trying to figure out how to incorporate our D&D brand with the rap stuff. Like we have a whole concept album in mind.
Well, like I told you before, I said there's this whole thing. I didn't even know about it until Josh Dempsey. He was a guest on the show before. We got into a conversation afterwards about nerdcore, and you ever heard of nerdcore, Masa?
No.
I know you, Stu. You have, haven't you? Haven't you? I know you do. You like you playing D&D. I know you know no nerdcore.
Well, no, there's this guy Yasik. He really inspired me on the whole like the D&D theme and the concept. He actually did one called I think it's called Join the Party or something like that. It's incredible, dude. Like he's actually from Jacksonville.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so I do know him actually. That might have been the one that I was shown.
The guy who does his videos, his name is Justin Mann, and he's actually he makes short films. So like it's that kind of shit is like this project is literally right up my fucking alley, bro. Like this is literally what I've been striving to get at the same level as, but like I was talking to Monster and Max earlier, like I fell off a while back. Like I was telling him about the shows that we used to do in Orlando, and then that bitch fucking motor lady fucking ran off with our pot, and then they bought the fucking club, they changed the name of the whole venue and everything. We never saw those fucking people again, and they ran off with all the money that saved up. We did 4 shows there, bro. 4 fucking shows, and that bitch ran off with all of our fucking money, bro. They honestly kind of crushed me, and it a little bit. And then I got into drugs, and I started doing all that other fucking
Don't you blame
hardcore.
don't you blame the music on your drugs?
Well, no, I blame the lack of music. the
Oh,
lack
you
of
talking about going live?
production.
Yo, you know how many
Shit.
places there are to do live there in Orlando, man? That you could go to an open mic every single night of the week, 100%, except Friday and Saturday. You gotta have your own show.
Yeah. Nah, not if I was like banging out in back alleys and shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about your back alleys and banging out and nah.
I'm just being real, but like
20
no,
bucks is 20
but
bucks.
like no, that like for real, like I fell off, but like this recent project has really reignited that flame within me, like, and I've opened up to you about my past, like I taxed my future self,
Yeah.
so it's a little bit hard to get there. That does.
You're going in and out. Your audio's
gonna
going
be-
in and out, buddy.
Just saying, like it's gonna be a little bit harder for me to get there. Saying.
You're paused on my screen right now. There you go. I was like,
Definitely.
he just
Fuck. Every time it's like that. Every time too.
Yeah.
Every time I'm trying to fucking get into something.
that's always how it is because they heard us talking. The transcript made it up the ladder there. Yeah. So essentially, like we're at 138. So let's go ahead and let's rock this one out. I'm still gonna talk to you boys afterwards anyway. So who's got it? Who's running it? Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got a performance. We ain't got no performance here. That don't work. It's got to go down. I'll do you.
I did it last. What are you talking about?
Do what?
I did it last.
Yeah, I know. Stu, you the guest. Co-host is already holding it down.
Yeah. Exactly.
You want me to start first?
Oh, you gonna hit a free?
Turn that beat up.
Hold up. Let's see. So you
Let
going
me
out
mute
with a
this. Hold
freestyle,
on.
huh?
I want to hear the fresh bars. Hold on, let me mute myself.
All right, so I'm gonna mute as well.
Yeah, I'm with it. Okay. Oh.
I can ride out to that beat all fucking day. Yep.
No. You couldn't hear me either?
Nah, hell nah. Nah, hell nah. I couldn't hear a damn thing. All I heard was, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was so into it too, bro.
I know. Yo, so it'll you know what's funny about that though is that yes, it will actually pick it up on the live. Or I'm sorry, it doesn't pick it up on the live, but it picks it up on the recording for the when it gets posted on the Spotify and all that good stuff. So it'll still be on there. So we're gonna hear what kind of crazy shit you just said.
It was okay.
It was all right. You should have bigged up that one. You should have been like, that was the motherfucking shit. I wish some people would have heard it. That would have been great. And then you was out there just going, nope.
It's
Sup?
alright though. It's alright though.
Mm. Yo, that's one thing
I
I've
like that
noticed.
beat.
I know I really do like that beat though. Like I can stay riding out to that beat all day. And that's how I'm gonna end the episode right here. I'm gonna play that bitch.
Now I fiend to get even with my demons in the meanest way. Now you looking confused like those dreams in a Venus phase. Hey, don't change and rearrange the way that I'm doing things. It's gonna stay the same.
That shit's a switch. That shit switch up so good.
Listen when you're tuning in.
Brakaka. Yeah, we got that
You're
one.
tuning in like a tuna fish. Ooh.
Tuning in like a tuna fish. I don't know if they tune in. I guess they do. Bam. There is another one in the books.
Started. Don't wind me up,
Yeah,
man.
but that shit, I was about to say, I really do like that shit. Bam, they all good already.
Don't wind me up, man.
Shit, that one, I love that beat though. Like that's one that we didn't use for the.
Yeah, that's just hard.
Yeah, that shit's that was Casey doing that one. That's one of his AI specials. Like he
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
so so like he does a little bit more. Like he doesn't just sit there and he uses it as a tool. Like so you can go through your loop pack, or you can go, hey, make me this lead rhythm, and it'll make you a lead rhythm, no problem. Like it'll do the loops. He's like, done. All right, now make me like an 808 bass line that matches that in that key. Done in this style.
Yeah.
Done. Or he'll do the whole song and then he'll break stems out of it. Like he'll break it apart into the bass, the melody, the vocal, all that stuff. But he said he's got 2,000 beats that he's gone through that he has still. He's made like 6,000 or something. But he's like, these are the keepers, and that's where it. But that's where he's got the ability to just run through them so fast. Like he already made songs fast, like automatically as a musician. Like he was able to just fucking. I mean, I'd tell him the concept for the song, like what I wanted it to sound like, right after like probably 30 minutes. Beat's done. It's exactly what I was thinking. Or I'll be like, nah, maybe more in this style. Done. That's how I met. That's how I met Casey. Was in a music production class in high school, and I was not prepared.
Need beats.
Hmm? You already got beats.
Need beats.
You already got beats though, don't you?
Need beats.
Does it let me do the audio? Feed me beats. Hold on. Does it let? What's the audio on there? It was SoundCloud, right? That's where you got
Never
it.
seen nobody as hungry as me.
Hold on. I'm gonna show you real quick. So it says it's gonna share sound. If it shares sound, I'd be very interested. Hey, I know those guys. Oh shit. Yo, we still live on Instagram somehow. I'm looking for it right now. I don't see. Oh, there it is. Bam. Damn. That's my fault. Alright, that one stopped. I'm just making sure we ain't live on YouTube.